Alright,
Okay. It is on, is at the Wyndham Garden State College.
Okay, so,
What time does it start?
5 PM is registration.
so do you have to know tonight whether or not I'm gonna go to that?
I can wait, but we need to let them know as soon as we can.
Well, put me down.
Okay. But if we make this motion, then it's covered for everybody if we
Yes.
want to go.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
So who made the motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll
We-
second it.
Okay.
Is there any discussion about it?
No.
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay.
The fourth one is the trunk or treat that we do every year.
Mhm.
I would like to have it on the 29th of October. That's a Saturday. That way we don't have it on a Monday. And teachers are not all mad at us because we have all these kids sugared up for
Sugared up.
school. So if we can do it on a Saturday night.
And it will be outside or inside?
If weather permitting, we would like to do it outside.
Okay.
Plus, if we have Mr. Stickies and they have the trailer here, it's just gonna make it a whole lot easier and better for everybody.
All right.
I think that's a good, I'll make that motion that we have trunk or treat here at the Old Break School, Saturday, October 29th. What time?
I believe we start that around 6:30
Okay.
to set up and,
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
I'll make
6
that,
o'clock.
I'll second it.
Okay, any discussion on
You
it?
say 7?
6.
6 o'clock.
6.
And I would like for all you guys to help again.
Are you gonna pass again?
Are we doing
You're getting candy.
the hot dogs and the little?
Yes.
Did you get
That was our
promotion?
discussion.
Okay, not, okay. Yeah, 29.
You need any kind of lighting?
Okay.
Yes. I will reach out to Herb Grove again,
Okay.
because he's been gracious enough to help with that.
Well, I may not be here. I may or may not be here the 29th. I just don't know yet.
Okay.
That's
You
all
can't
right.
drop the ball like that, man.
That's all right.
Okay, okay,
No
you made a
further-
motion, he seconded it.
I have
I
no
got
further
it.
discussion.
Okay,
Keep you on your
all in
toes.
favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Alright, so, okay, Brandon, you're up. Roadmaster report.
alright, so we got the signs up that we were being asked for a while and to put up in Lower Georges Valley and on 192. We had to wait to get them in until we were allowed to put them up, so they're up. The manhole lids, I got 2 of them to do. I did them today, but the other 2 out here, I'm not doing by myself. Coming down over the hill to the
Oh,
hill,
yeah.
Right.
Yep.
so.
Were
Yeah,
they
clean it.
easily taken care of?
Yeah, just, they're taken care of, but, we got a crack seal machine coming next week, or the week after. The only thing I really need from you guys, it's getting close to time for us to do our, annual sign replacement to, do what PennDOT wants, I guess, if you will. I think we have, Kinger Gap over there, maybe Blue Ball, the developments and the mountains on this side, so we're kinda nearing the end. Just wanted an amount on that. I talked with Pam in the budget the other day. We looked at that. Usually we spend, $3,000, give or take, of the $4,000 budget on that. So I just wanted, you guys to be aware and, okay with that, I guess. You wanna make a motion, okay? If it's not needed, then okay as well.
That's pretty much a requirement, isn't it?
It's a requirement, it's just, I don't know how much you wanna, if you wanna spend close to 3,000 to try and keep cranking away at it, and in 2-3 years we're done with it, and it's over for a while, okay? I mean,
I would say if you have the time, do it.
Yeah,
If not,
That'd be
back off.
the thing to do.
so,
Work it into your schedule.
Can you make a motion on that?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to that.
And I will second that motion.
Is there any discussion on signs?
No, not for me.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
the other thing is, usually this time of the year here too, is when we put stones on the mountain roads. I know last year, we went through between 600 and 700 tons of stone, and only got, 6 or 8 tenths of a mile done. And, I mean, they spent close to $10,000 between the rental of the skid steer and getting ahead of it. I would like to go a little bit more if it is there, but I wanted you guys to be aware of that.
Now, did they deliver the stone for you on site or no?
No, they deliver it there, and I level it and roll it, and the guys haul it to me. I
It's
mean,
not practical to have them come to the site?
what are they gonna do, the
I
other
don't know,
guys?
you tell me.
Well, the other guys gotta have something to do. I mean, and if we,
You're using a roller, correct?
yeah,
Couldn't one guy be on a roller?
I can usually keep up leveling it and rolling it, and,
Would it save us money that way if somebody delivered the stone to the quarry?
a little bit, but, I mean, they're obviously gonna tack on more versus going to the mountains versus Blue Ball. I mean, there's a price rate on the stone bids, so, I mean, and it's at our schedule then to do it, but,
I mean, if we can save money, I think it's worth looking.
yeah, I mean, sometimes, truck drivers are,
How much would the savings be? That-
in the grand scheme of things, I don't know, I mean, somebody had to sit down and figure out what, our trucks get miles a gallon of wear and
Right.
tear on our trucks and our guys' time
Time.
versus them. I mean,
Well, if you can do it yourself, is there something else the other two can do or no?
yeah, I guess, I mean, I could do it myself, but,
Well, you just said you do the rolling and the leveling.
yeah, them guys are just hauling it, and that's,
They haul the stone to where you are.
yep,
What do you have in mind to do, Brandon, back Decker Valley?
no, we were on Blue Ball, we've been on Blue Ball for 2 years now, and like I said, it's a long road, and, I mean, we already only use 2A because it's cheaper, and we can go farther, so, I mean, try to save some money and get some material down, but, I don't know.
Have you ever thought about talking to Constone?
Yeah, we can, but their stone's not PennDOT certified,
Okay.
so, I mean, there would be nothing that,
Right.
we can't use liquid fuels money for that, well, we don't use liquid fuels money for 2A anyhow. It's just, their 2A's like 1A, very fine. And I don't think he's real gung ho with the supervisors at Gregg Township after the whole 45 deal, to be honest with you. I
No,
talked
he has nothing against us. At least that's what he told me. I have a pretty good relationship with Jeff and his dad.
Yeah, he told me that he didn't really care if he dealt with us, but,
Interesting.
Well, technically, that's not what he's in business for.
no, power plants are what keeps it going, so. Yeah, I don't know, I just, like I said, do we wanna spend a little bit more money on that and try and keep things rolling in there, or do we wanna just do what we usually do, and when we get done, we get done? That's up to you guys. That's what I'm
Is that the only road you wanna work on?
Well, I'd just like to get that one done before we move on to the next one, and.
And by
I mean,
doing a
at
little
this-
more, you could
At this
finish that
point, it's
road?
gonna be 3 years until we finish stoning it, and the way we put it down, if you put it down with a skid loader and roll it, at least you don't gotta go mess with it usually.
We can't use the hoe in our roller?
Well, we can, it's
Why
just
don't we do that to save money?
it's nicer to use a skid loader, as you know. I mean, you have one, so
If
you,
I had a hoe, I think I'd be using it and the roller.
I just.
That's my opinion. I think if we can save money, that's the route we ought to go, and we ought to have big trucks deliver.
We can do that, don't matter, I mean, the end product's not gonna be as nice, and we're gonna have to come up with things for 2 guys to do, sometimes is a struggle.
Are you saying by doing more, you would finish Blue Ball?
Well, we would get it done quicker, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
What do you think it would cost to finish it? Roughly.
Well, we did 0.8 of a mile last year and something there, and there's, we're talking probably 30, close to 30, I would say.
1,000?
Yeah,
Do we have that kind of money in that fund, Pam?
yeah, we do, but we have other things we wanna spend it on too.
Well, how much do you wanna spend?
That's up to you guys.
No, you work with it every day, you tell us.
I just think that we should spend a little bit more money, not go crazy, but a little bit more.
15 or 20?
Yeah,
Fuels, I think,
that's,
is on the-
I would rather go a little bit more and get a little bit more done, and then we could, move
You
on to
give
other
us a
things.
number and we'll make a motion.
Do you guys want to, I'm willing to negotiate that, do you guys want to do 15, or do you want to
said, we spoke earlier today, and you were thinking you'd rather have a little more, just to get things rolling. I mean, we're really
Yeah,
going with
it
what
all
you think.
depends on, timing, to keep it, with what else we have to do.
Right.
And to try and make it end right, and,
Well, what if we bought too much? We can use it next year, though, right?
well, I usually have them buy it or I have them stock it at the shed, and then I haul it out as I need it.
As you need it.
So, I'm not gonna get too much. I mean, whenever I know that we're getting close to being done with either the rental machine or time frame wise, I tell them to put hauling it,
Oh, okay.
so.
I see what you're saying.
20?
I'd go 20.
I'll make a motion to use 20,000 and get rented trucks to bring it in at your convenience and use the backhoe. And roll it. There's 2 guys working.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can find something for Chris to do, whether it's clean the shop or whatever.
It's up to you guys.
Is it,
If it saves the township money, that's what we're here for.
does it save time too,
Absolutely.
by using the backhoe and the roller?
That's my opinion.
The backhoe's not quicker to express than a skid loader.
If
See,
I
that's
were
the
doing
thing
it,
I'm
that's
not
what I
sure
would do, but that's my decision, my opinion. Or the loader.
Rubber tire.
We just fixed 90% of the roads up for football with a rubber tire loader.
I mean, y'all are figuring out the money right
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
that's what we-
So listen, what matters right now is how many stones we get, not necessarily how we do it, because that wouldn't be included in the motion, right?
No.
Why not?
Don't have to.
Oh,
The way you apply it does not have to be in the motion. is
It
what you're
does, I mean, if you guys want it to be, it can, but we can either buy more stones and then a piece of equipment to do it and make our life easier, or we can,
saying. I think we should just make it,
I mean,
now. Y'all can continue talking about it, but it doesn't need to be an emotion until it gets done.
Okay.
Just take care of the money tonight.
Yeah.
I make a motion that, if we can do that with $20,000, go ahead.
and I will second the 20,000.
Is there any discussion more on the 20,000?
Not me.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
But when it comes to saving money, I think that's everybody's goal here,
Mhm.
regardless how we do it. That's all I have to say.
I'm good.
Where do access drives? Right,
Right.
driveway permits, is there someone that has something to say about that?
Well, I know the zoning, the code agency, they're going to be issuing them, but I understood, I think we have to change our ordinance, because ours is
Okay.
reflected in what we do here,
Haven't we discussed this before?
but I think we have to change the ordinance.
Yeah, but I think that
Right?
was
We did.
discussed.
Mhm. But I don't think,
I can look into it.
Whether we go off the specs from our ordinance or we go off PennDOT specs.
I think she's saying.
they use PennDOT's, the Penns Valley Code Office. They go by PennDOT's specs, and that's what they will use if they issue them.
Do you want them to do that?
What do you think, Brandon?
That's what we've been doing.
Right, right.
I know you were talking. I thought you said well, forget what I vaguely recall. Your ordinance now says you're not following PennDOT, you're following a
Greg
series
Township.
of other
Yeah,
requirements.
right,
And so what I'm hearing is we should prepare an amendment to the ordinance to
yeah, that's,
kick it over, to allow for a code enforcement officer to take care of these, but also
right,
adopt PennDOT standards.
because that's what they go by. Yeah. Yeah,
Is that everything with access drives right there?
that's all I have to offer.
Okay, one more thing, over here on Long Street, we've had that water running down the road. We talked to, I don't know the address, the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the man over Long Street that his stuff's coming down his driveway, and, we've asked him to, to help us out and get things fixed. His driveway's his responsibility, it's been 3 times now. He said a guy was coming, told me that, we've not seen anything. Brandon, have you seen anything over there? No. And so, I'm not, it might be that we should send him a letter, or, and I'd really like to check on him one more time before we give him that letter,
Okay.
in case.
When are you gonna do that?
I better do it soon.
Yeah, but when soon? Today, tomorrow, Saturday, Monday?
Well, if it's late here tonight, I can go overlook tonight.
I would say we ought to turn it over to David at that point,
Yeah, I agree.
let him send him a letter.
I agree with that.
Right.
Yeah,
There has been no activity at all.
I agree, there's no activity, and that's one of the main ones, but that's just nitpicking and being singling one person too, so how do you do that without doing it to all the ones that are in?
hey, I don't know anything about all the other ones.
Yeah.
I know about this one here that I dealt with personally, and that, so that's what I know.
Yeah, that's
about.
one of the worst ones, it is.
It's
Well-
not, the rest of them have to come to our attention, and we will address it, right?
I mean, that's the one there that, you know, that I
Yeah,
know.
I agree. I'm just saying that if we have issues with other ones, then
Absolutely.
are we going to be,
Have to dress them.
we're gonna have to address them the same way.
Bring them,
I
bring them
agree.
to the board, let somebody aware.
Okay. And the other thing, yeah,
Do we need a motion for that, David?
No, just let me know how it goes, and if I need to send a letter, I'll send a letter.
okay, all right. That sounds good.
Yeah, if you wanna go out there, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to go with you.
Okay, well, let's go out there, because I'm also told there's a reservoir up on the top of the hill, and when the reservoir overflows, it comes down over across that ground and goes right down on the road.
Yeah, you said that.
And I never knew anything about a reservoir up there. So if that's the problem, I mean, maybe we can plug it up, I don't know.
If you look, there's at least two, if not three.
Reservoirs.
There was four
So
companies
that's
in
something
Spring Mills at one time.
Maybe we ought to look
Yeah.
into it before we send that guy a letter
Okay.
that way about the reservoir.
Well, it could be somebody else involved as well.
Right.
Got it.
Okay. Okay, unfinished business, COVID-19, Relief Association concerns, anything with that?
What about road projects?
Road projects, yeah. Carry on, road projects.
You had mentioned, Brandon, that sometime, not now, I understand we don't have the money, but you mentioned that Lower Georges Valley needs paved and possibly Green Grove.
Possibly Shook Hollow.
Okay, well, which one is the worst case scenario? Lower Georges Valley?
Yeah, it's narrow, and there's probably more traffic.
This is my thoughts. I mean, we ought to look for the future. If you can start, say you need culverts replaced or whatever, not that we can do them all, but do one or whatever. If it's 5 years later that you pave it, so be it. But if we don't soon do something, we're gonna do all the roads at one time, which we can't afford that either.
No.
Oh, I agree with that 100%. However, like I said, I don't think that it's right, some of the roads that the township has not touched in 20 years and have not been done anything to them. We got Bittner, of course, there's not been nothing done since I've been here, and we got Middle, that's, nothing's been done to either, which I don't know, it doesn't matter. And we got the two bigger developments,
Right.
and here in the near future, that should be taken care of. And then we can go reevaluate after everything's been taken care of, one time at least. And then, okay, we can wait on this in the township, we're gonna pay this one. And we did, Green Grove, some of the culverts are failing, and the ones that were failing, that were bad, we did fix.
Right.
And I just don't, the only thing I mean, I'm not saying I disagree, but,
We're gonna
we
have to,
just tar and chip those roads, and I didn't wanna, some of them I don't wanna just dig up just right after we
Right.
spent that money on that, so.
well, we're gonna have to start somewhere and start working towards the
Yeah,
end.
I agree 100%.
But I would say pick one, and then we'll, bring it in, we'll talk about it, so we can at least start nitpicking at these pieces.
The only thing is that's one more thing that you don't have to do, but it's no different than anything here. We don't got the finances to have a schedule to replace this stuff, so usually we just fix it when it's broke.
Well,
And
this way, let's try and do it the other way.
if we go to
can.
Lower George Valley, that's fine, it's gonna need done eventually anyhow.
Well, we're leaning on you for that advice.
If we put, and I try to give that.
Right.
If we fix the pipes on that road and Shook Hollow or Green Grove fails first, then we're just gonna be behind on them ones, that's all.
But if you need to go there, then drop what you're doing there and go
Right.
there.
Agreed, it's just,
But like I said, if we don't start looking to the future, we're gonna soon be behind way. we bad. I understand things got neglected in the past.
They
We just
have.
gotta make a difference. We gotta forget about that.
And right now, that's what my main concern is getting, we don't know what we're getting for this grant yet.
Right.
We don't know how much money we're gonna have to put towards it.
Right.
I have no clue. They didn't give us near what we asked for, and that was what? That was over $1 million project?
Was
Mhm.
1.3
So
maybe?
if we gotta come up with $600,000, I don't wanna be sitting here saying, oh, shoot, we shouldn't have done that, you
But
know?
what I'm saying, even if you don't do it, you've told us that this should be done next when we can do it.
Right,
That's what I'm looking for.
And I think you've addressed that
what's that?
as far as what your needs are down the road.
Yeah, we're trying to.
Once we find out Bittner and Middle,
Yeah, they pretty much told us since they put in for that other grant, don't touch that till November. But I can't do nothing on there
Well, you're
until
not gonna get
then.
anything done to February, or fall, or spring, I'm sorry.
So, yeah, that will be my, and I have made that point numerous
right,
times.
you brought it to our attention.
Lower Georgia Valley, Green Grove,
Right.
and potentially Shook Hollow, I would say, are our three worst roads.
So
at this
you would
point.
do it in that order?
Not exactly that order, it all depends on how things fall apart, but those are the three
Yeah.
that are gonna probably need attention, major attention first. And what sucks is two of them are two of our longest roads
Right.
that I asked whenever we tarred and chipped Green Grove, and, the guy, we were getting our square footage for that, and the PennDOT guy said, you wanna pay Green Grove? Yeah, that's fine, you're looking at $500,000.
I've heard nothing negative about what you've done there. Everything's been positive, even with the trimming on the roads. But what I said, we need to come up with a plan, whether we do it or not. Which comes first next?
Well, I think that my personal opinion, those three need to be highlighted, and then whatever we can do in between there,
Right,
we do, and whatever one breaks first,
right.
then that's the one we fix.
Right.
So do you have a time when we wanna do road inspection yet, or no?
That's up to you guys, really, I
I
don't
would
care.
prefer this year if we could do it on a Saturday.
If they want to pay me to come in on Saturday, I'll do it on Saturday, that's up to you guys.
What do you think, Ben?
I don't know when to do
I
it
think
Saturday.
Ben's
but
doing his schedule in his mind, I can see,
I
but
I got stuff to do on the weekends.
You do, township work.
You're right. You're right.
I mean, I've accommodated you guys for how many years through the week? You weren't involved in that.
no,
Well, I wouldn't either,
you
so.
weren't either.
I mean, that's fine, I'll do it Saturday.
Just one time.
I mean,
You're talking about what we did last year, when we drove around and looked at
Yeah,
various roads.
and really what we need to do is Brandon get a good idea. It's not gonna take that long if we can look at those roads and take his advice.
I do feel like we did look at them, and I did discuss
Yeah.
my concerns with them, and I don't feel like anything happened. My
Yes.
concerns are still the same. I need stone on my mountain roads, and I need money to pave, so I don't know where,
So what you're saying is you haven't seen any changes from when we did our tour last year?
not really, I mean,
Well, you're
Same
at,
needs are there?
you're at a standstill with Bittner Hall,
right, it
That's
still
not your-
needs fixed.
and that's not your fault.
No,
I mean, we
But
thought we,
I feel it's worth looking at. That's my opinion again, so whatever you guys wanna do, so be it.
I don't know. I mean, I feel we went through it last year. I don't feel a need to have to go out there and do
I
it
think
again.
we should every year.
What do you think?
oh, I can go look at it.
I mean, I can go. I don't have a problem with that.
I can go look at it. Yeah,
Cause he's around it every day,
sure,
three of us aren't.
sure. Yeah.
And if we get enlightened by him, I think that's a bonus, because we're gonna spend their money again.
Okay.
I guess I was stumbling over, nothing's changed from last year. So do we
not
have to do
really,
it
a
again
few
this
more
year?
cracks here and there, a few more roads got some tar and stones on them than last year, and
Culverts, yeah.
just a couple culverts replaced, a couple shoulders cut.
Would you have any idea what needs replaced on Lower Georgia Valley?
Culverts wise,
Yeah.
not the amount, we
What
looked
about
at,
the bridge?
the one was just replaced and Laurel runs the other one. I mean, I don't think, in my opinion,
by
unless
the
it's gonna
church?
fall in, we're not gonna spend, we're
Right.
not gonna spend money if it's 10 years out, you know.
There
Then we'll
again,
deal with it 10 years out, but I haven't seen anything on there that makes me think that it needs replaced tomorrow. I mean, with that,
there again, PennDOT will come out and give you their opinion, correct?
they will give us our opinion,
Right.
if we, whether we want it or not, I mean,
Right.
everything's always spent money with them, so. Yeah, whatever.
Do we have to do it on, do you have to do it on a Saturday?
Why not? I've accommodated the last 8 or 9 years through the week. One time, I don't think it's gonna hurt us.
Pam, you don't have to be here for that,
If
right?
there's two supervisors
Yeah,
together,
you do.
She does have to be here
if
for that.
there's two
Yes, she does.
supervisors together, which Charles don't usually ride with us, so,
Well,
I mean,
You would this time, you've been smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness.
yeah, so,
Just a peace pipe.
I don't really wanna do it on Saturday. So,
I'm just asking, cause as much as I really like you guys,
no, I really
I
don't.
just don't wanna drive here.
well, you're the one that matters most, you're the one that's gotta run the whole way up here from down there.
That's right.
All of us are a couple miles away.
I mean, we all do our thing, I put a lot of time in, take off my work to come through the week, and I don't wanna do it Saturday. I got a family, and I got stuff to do.
I agree with that.
That's where I'm at.
I guess I don't, so I'll have to follow your suit.
Okay. So we can decide when to do it through the week.
Yeah, after we get these,
Can we do it after 2:30?
what's that?
Can we do it after 2:30?
If we can do it by 3.
Be done by 3.
Hey,
Yeah.
Won't happen.
I'm fine to do it after 2:30, so that's fine. But,
I mean, Pam wants to
but
stay
at least Pam would be here.
Yeah,
And
at least I'll be here.
At least
I
you'd be
won't-
here. We could get her done, it took us what, we had 2 hours in it last time.
I'm gonna go over all the roads.
Hour and a half, 2
I don't
hours.
think we need to go over everything, just like you were talking there, the major situations. You can get a handle on that before we even come.
Yeah, I already do.
You're there,
For the most
right.
part, like I said.
I mean, do you feel that there's culverts need replaced on Lower Georgia Valley? You can say, okay, let's go look at this, this, and this. We'll look at that and move on.
Yeah, I mean, when we dump though, then you fix them, what else there is to look at?
Right.
We need new pipes.
But I think I'll take this offline and figure out.
I think so.
timing of it.
Please.
Yeah.
I think that's
Let's
good.
move
Let's move on.
I'm gonna go home.
Yeah.
All right, correspondence, Pam?
I don't have
Is there any
anything.
new business? I missed that.
Do you want me to mention about the Reading Association?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
The fire company meeting was August 11th. I asked and they did not have, we're not having a fireman's relief meeting that night. But Darren did let me know that, and we supervisors each received an email from Darren stating that he had submitted over 40 documents to the auditor. That was before the August 12th deadline. And on the 1st of September, he sent in 17 pages of itemized invoices to explain if they bought a hose, a 2-inch hose, how long it was, where the vendor was. He said he had everything itemized. So he returned 17 pages of invoices, and that was on September 1.
Okay, that's the only other one we haven't heard back.
That's where we're at. Nothing more than that. I guess we're just waiting to hear back from the auditors.